Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of your Shoegaze Sundays weekly update. This is episode 19 and I'm really excited to share my experience going to Kalamashoegazer 13 with you all. We arrived to the venue and I was really excited to get to Bells. I had lots of fun things planned. With any kind of festival, this is a one-day festival, but still quite a feat to pull off with as many bands as were there. There was definitely a lot of chaos, a lot of running around, and things didn't go exactly as planned. Definitely not for what I had in store either. However, it was a wonderful show. I got some really great interviews, so I'm really excited to share all of that with you. Before I get started, though, I want to thank everybody involved. I want to thank Adam and April Zymont, who put this together year after year after year with great entertainment. It's such a wonderful event. It's slowly grown and has turned into essentially the Midwestern shoegaze highlight each and every year. I also want to thank everybody who agreed to talk with me, who said, yes, absolutely, we'll do a short interview. I didn't necessarily get around to talking to everybody like I would have liked to, but I still had a great time. I got to talk to everybody and kind of share those experiences. So really, really thankful that that happened. So I'm excited to share some of the performances. And I did have a chance to catch a couple of interviews, so should be a great show. Really looking forward to that. So first and foremost, we got there and Tambourina was playing. So here is a little bit of that footage that I was able to catch from Tambourina. So the next video clip that I have for you is from Blue Unit. Blue Unit is a separate project, side project, another project from Milwaukee favorites Brief Candles. I definitely got a chance to talk with both Jennifer and Drew, and that was a lot of fun, and they absolutely had a great set. So here is a little bit of that. Here's some live footage from Blue Unit. So next I was able to catch up with DJ Heretic from DKFM. This is, of course, Greg Wilson, who essentially runs DKFM as a whole. So I got a chance to chat with him and he decided to give me a nice little promo for Shoegaze Sundays. Here, take a look at that.
I'm DJ Heretic from DKFM and I love Shoegaze Sundays.
Up next was a wonderful set from New Canyons. New Canyons is Adam and Andrew. Adam runs Decade Music in Chicago, and Andrew is one of the members of Ariel. New Canyons is a bit more dark wave kind of synth pop, but definitely still has a lot of those wonderful guitar melodies and that shoegaze feel. I talk often about how many of the bands we feature are hybrids, and one of the nice things about this festival was there were a lot of like those hybrid bands on this lineup. So here is a little bit from New Canyons.
It's never your fault. I can't control
So next up I have both a live performance from the City Gates and a little bit of an interview I got to do with Max and Frank from the band. As I arrived and we're watching some of the other bands, I actually got to meet these guys face to face. I've plugged them several times on the show. They're one of my new favorite bands. So that was really fun and exciting, and it was wonderful for them to sit down and chat with me. So I have for you some of the live footage from them, as well as that interview that I was able to do with them. Okay, so I am here with the City Gates. Super excited to meet these guys. Clearly anyone who watches the show knows I've plugged them. I love the album. I own the album. So meeting Maxine and Frank has been just such an honor today, and they actually just said, hey, yeah, let's do a brief interview. So we're going to talk a little bit about what are you guys listening to? Like, what's on the turntable? What's in heavy rotation?
Yeah, I'm listening to a lot of Montreal band called, La Mécanique. Called transmission music.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a really great dark wave post-punk band from Montreal. So
awesome.
These are friends of ours. So I really like that. Yeah.
That dark wave shoegaze hybrid thing that's really big right now. Like New Canyons, who just played, they were amazing. Drab Majesty has that feel. Music as a whole, I think, is turning more hybrid. So I know, like, we're at Kalamashoegazer. Yeah. I definitely plug that, like, shoegaze music doesn't just these, like, elitist kids on the internet being like, that's not shoegaze. It's music, man. Does it sound good? Yeah. What about you, Frank? What are you listening to?
Soviet is probably the new band I'm listening to. It's a three-piece band. It's art-driven, like post-punk bass, but a lot of guitars, a lot of noise. I really like it.
Awesome.
I'm really into their new album they just released.
Awesome. Soviet's excellent. There again, they do have that like full loud song, like sound, and they're only a three-piece, so that's something I love. So, what else is going on here musically? Well, Kalamashoegazer, right? I was there at 11. Yeah. This is 13. It's been going on for a very long time. The camaraderie, the like feeling of the shoegaze, like just the boards and the internet and just the, oh my God, it's so good to meet you, kind of just like we did. It's such a fun communal experience. What has that kind of been like for you guys experiencing that?
Yeah, we have been to the Kalamashoegazer last year at 12, so we met a lot of people there, and it's all fun to meet them again. And there's a Krissy Venderwoude from Whimsical that sang actually on our song Echo Radio from our last album. So it's already fun to meet her again, and she probably will sing a song with us on stage. So I can't wait.
Exciting. Krissy's just such a wonderful person, and her voice is immaculate. She does tons of guest work on different stuff. And again, a little birdie who said Whimsical should have a new album next year too.
I heard that, yeah.
Kind of catching her when she can, and again, any like opportunity to see her perform or work with her, she's just amazing.
Yeah, totally.
What about you, Frank?
I'm really impressed. I just met people here that they told us that they drove like 7 hours to see us playing. I was very impressed. So we have a lot of pressure tonight to.
Every year you have, people from the West Coast, people from the East Coast. It's just such a great, like I kind of say it's like the Midwestern like highlight shoegaze thing, because again, clearly like Austin has a good scene. There's a Milwaukee Psychgaze. They actually have a shoegaze thing every March, February. I know like Brave Candles, Blue Unit, those guys are heavily involved in that, but like this is just such a wonderful, warm environment, and it's cool to see that happen. So, last but not least, what is next for you guys musically?
Yeah, we're working on a new album. I don't know, there's no actually official date, but we just released a song maybe 5 months ago.
Okay.
So these songs will
that
be...
train is really loud, but a new release from these guys. Got it. So,
okay. Yeah,
all right.
Totally.
So we can probably edit that one. So next I was able to catch up with my dear friend Krissy Vanderwoude. She is of course the lead singer for Whimsical, but also does tons and tons of vocal work with other projects such as the Churchill Garden. She's done stuff with the City Gates. She's just kind of all over the place, lending her beautiful, beautiful voice to many. So I have both the interview I had with her as well as when she got a chance to perform with the City Gates at Kalamashoegazer. I am here with the beautiful Krissy Vanderwoude from Whimsical, who has also guested on everything, really. Churchill Garden. You are doing a song with City Gates?
Yes, so City Gates and I, we did a cover of Slow Dive's Catch the Breeze, and then I did backup vocals on Echo Radio that they want me to sing with them today.
Wonderful.
Just like 5 minutes.
It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, it'll be
super
fun.
exciting.
It'll be fun.
So it's always, when we get together, we're always loves and hugs.
Oh,
and
yes, and all of those fun things. Yes, absolutely.
We do have a couple of fun questions.
Okay.
So what is in heavy rotation right now? What are you listening to?
Oh boy, let's see. I'm super loving Blushing. Everything I've heard from them, I'm super excited to see them play tonight. I know their release officially comes out, I think it's next Friday. So loving that. Deserta.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Prior to tonight, I know there was like a leaked SoundCloud page where the full album was up for a little bit, and I was obsessing over it, and then it was gone for a few days. So
I tried to listen to it before the show and was kind of heartbroken.
I'm obsessed. I'm already obsessed. I cannot wait to see it tonight.
That comes out in November, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I know they got signed, so they had to pull everything that was out. But everything I've heard has just been beyond gorgeous.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, I'm kind of listing the bands tonight, but
Right.
the New Canyon set.
The Blushing has their album here.
Yes.
So I get it early,
Yay.
and it's colored vinyl, so I'm really excited.
Yes, very
So,
excited about that.
Awesome.
There's so much good music right
It's
now.
hard.
I feel like it's almost amusing to me when people say that they can't find any good music, that they like current music. It's like, are you even looking? Because I'm overwhelmed with how much good music there is.
There's tons.
Yes.
So the other question, I only have 3, we'll keep it
all
quick
good.
and easy, right? So we're here at Kalamashoegazer, this is 13. I'm wearing my t-shirt from 11. It's been
Way to
going on for a
represent,
long
girlfriend.
time,
Yes.
right? And again,
Yes.
you've been a part of this for a very long time as well and supporting it. So talk a little bit about the community and what that means to you and how that feels coming here.
I always say, and I feel like it just completely describes how it feels to be here. The room just feels like a giant hug. Literally feels like a giant hug. And every time I walk in this room, I just see some of my favorite people. And even if you don't know the people that are here, there is just something so special about the shoegaze community where everyone is here for the same reason. We're all so passionate about music. I think when you're tuned into the shoegaze genre of music, it's a special kind of person. It's somebody who's really searched beyond what is just available, obviously within just basic indie music. But it's just, I don't know, there's something so special where I just feel immediately connected with people that are here. Everyone is so beyond friendly, so supportive. Even when we played here 2 years ago, it just felt like this huge hug, and every time I'm here, it just feels the same way. And obviously,
There's footage, look it up. She was serving Stevie Nicks' room that night. It was amazing. It was great.
Thank you. But, yeah, it's just something very special. The music, of course, is beautiful, but there is just a vibe in the entire room that just feels very warm, very welcoming.
It's
gotta be here to
describe it.
experience it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
So the last question I have is, what's up next for you creatively and musically?
Well,
with your projects and Whimsical, of
Yeah,
course.
lots of stuff coming up. So Whimsical has a brand new full-length album that, if all goes as planned, should be out in November. So excited about that. Yeah,
November's that magical month.
Yes, it is.
Yay!
That is, I believe we were thinking about cutting one of the songs, so it should be 10 to 11 tracks, but brand new, everything, again, out in November, so we'll hear more about that. I'm working on new songs with Andy from the Churchill Garden, so that will also be out. And then I did some backing track vocals for Black Swan Lane, so that is coming out also, I think, in November as well.
And Black Swan Lane just did a fun exclusive for Strange Ways Radio, my
Yes, saw that. It was
affiliate.
amazing.
So
Yes.
wonderful, fun stuff. Krissy,
Very
thank
cool.
you so much for
Thank
chatting with me. You know I love you tons.
I love you too, girlfriend. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you.
All of the fun hugs.
So next up, I have some wonderful footage from part of the set by Deserta. Deserta was probably one of the bands I was most excited to see. They just have this epic hybrid sound that really is just so lush and dreamy and beautiful. I don't really quite know how to describe it, but it's absolutely a wonderful thing to both listen to and to experience live. Prior, they did have some stuff available streaming, but I think that's been pulled as they have an album that's going to be out in November. It's absolutely worth pre-ordering. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. I highly, highly recommend it. Here's a little bit from that performance by Deserta. So last but not least, I have a clip from the performance by Blushing. Blushing is from Austin, Texas, which is where Ringo Deathstar hails from, as well as many other great shoegaze acts. I believe that Bloody Knives is also from the Texas area and does a lot of shows with those bands in that area. Blushing was amazing, so high energy, so badass babe presence. It was excellent to be able to catch them. And again, their new album was available at that show. I think I talked with Krissy about that if you've been watching the show. So definitely worth getting that. And here's a clip from Blushing. So that's what we had from our fun Kalamashoegazer experience. Again, I want to thank all of you for continuing to follow our little video blog, for being involved in the shoegaze scene. I want to thank everybody involved with Kalamashoegazer. It's such a wonderful experience. I want to thank my cameraman who went along to the show with me to help get footage, and I'm hoping at some point to get him on camera. He's got a lot of music knowledge and some interesting things and thoughts to share, so hopefully I can twist his arm. Some people just don't like to be in front of the camera, I guess. So again, April, Adam, Krissy, Max, Frank, Jen, Andrew, everybody. My girl squad, my shoegaze girl squad. So Vinka, Jay, I love you all so much. It was so good to catch up and talk with everyone. I actually had a little ego boost. I had a person come up to me and say they recognized me from this show and watching the YouTube channel. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I really hope you enjoyed this highlight show, and I'm hoping I get to do other concert highlight shows in the future for you. So have a great week. We'll be back next week with new content for you the way we usually provide it. Shoegaze on, everybody.